Have you ever caught yourself pointing accusing fingers at your spouse or judging them first when things go wrong in your marriage? Does this sound familiar? If it does, this video is for you. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you why judging your spouse first or blaming them first when things go wrong in your marriage is something you shouldn't be doing, and then share with you what you should be doing instead when things go wrong that will help you to build a stronger and a healthier marital relationship. So let's get started. The truth is, in any relationship, especially marriage relationship, it takes two to tango. It's never just one person's fault because two people are involved in every marriage. Having this understanding will help us to know that when things go wrong in our marriages, neither the husband nor the wife should completely absolve themselves from what has happened. But what do you think that happens in today's marriages when things go wrong? When things go wrong, the husband and the wife will be pushing hard to blame each other. No one is ready again to take responsibility of their actions. No one is ready again to say, I am at fault. No one is ready again to judge him or herself first. Judging your wife first or your husband first when things go wrong is something you should not be doing. The best thing to do is for you to pause and take a deep breath and now ask yourself, in this thing that has happened in my family, in these issues that we are having, or these issues I'm having with my wife, or this issue I am having with my husband, am I the cause? What have I contributed? What have I done wrong? What have I said that I'm not supposed to say? How did I react? The best thing to do is to be your judge first. Judge yourself first. Stop judging your spouse. That is a wrong thing to do, because when you are not judging yourself first, you end up absolving yourself from what has happened, and that is a wrong mindset to have. Because like I usually tell people, when things go wrong in a marriage, the two people involved in that marriage should be held responsible. The way to go is not for the wife to start blaming the husband or for the husband to start blaming the wife. The best thing to do is for each and every one of them to look themselves in the mirror and ask themselves, in this thing happening, what have I contributed? What have I done wrong? It is only when you ask yourself that question, that sincere, reflective question, that you will be able to know what you have done wrong. And when you know what you have done wrong, what you're supposed to do is to make amends. What you're supposed to do is to refrain from doing those things. I want us to stop blaming our spouses first when things go wrong. Let's start blaming ourselves. Let's start judging ourselves. Let that judgment begin with us. It is only when that judgment begins with you that you will be able to change from what you are doing wrong. It's only when that judgment begins with you that you can make amends. It's only when that judgment begins with you that you will be truly sorry for what you have done. If not, it will look as if your spouse is forcing you to accept what you have done wrong. So I want to encourage all of us in this video to quit blaming our spouses first when things go wrong, but for us to be very reflective and try to know what we have done wrong that contributed to the problem that we are having. When we do that, we will see that resolving conflict in our marriages will not be as difficult as it used to be. When we do that, we will realize that resolving problems in our marriages will no more be difficult as it used to be. All because you have taken ownership of what you have done wrong. Problems exist in marriages because the couples are not ready to take ownership of their wrongdoings. But when you judge yourself first, when you reflect on what you have done wrong, You will see that you will be able to take ownership of what you have done wrong. And it is when you have taken ownership of what you have done wrong that you will be able to do the right thing next time. So I'm encouraging all of us to begin to get it right with ourselves first. Let's stop focusing on our spouses. We have so much work to do with ourselves. Let's get it right with ourselves first. When we do, our spouses too will get it right. Imagine in a situation where I am getting it right and my wife too is getting it right. Both of us will end up getting it right. But if my focus, for example, is on my wife getting it right, what then happens to me? What if my wife gets it right and I will end up not getting it right? I will spoil the whole thing. So the best thing to do is for two of us to focus on getting it right with ourselves. It is when I am getting it right and my wife is getting it right that we'll be able to build a stronger marital home. So I'm encouraging you today to quit blaming your spouse first. Look inward and say to yourself, I have to get it right. I have to do things in a right way. Speak to yourself first. Advise yourself first. Be your own judge. When you are, things will improve in your marital relationship. So if you found this video useful, I would love you to like and share, but importantly, subscribe to this channel so that together we will build stronger marriages. Thank you for watching, and may God bless your marriage.